3. Trying to find the volume. What do you notice about number 3?
It's a rectangle with a half of the cylinder.
Alright, so I've got a box and half a cylinder. So how are you going to find the volume?
You got to find the volume of the cylinder and the rectangle.
There you go. So we're going to find the volume of the cylinder, and we're going to find the volume of the box. Alright, so I think the volume of the box is probably the easiest. So if I do the volume of my box, what is that? How'd you get that?
The area of the base,
Which is so 11 inches times 12 inches times the height, which is, okay. And you said that came out to be what? 9 inches squared, inches cubed. Volume is always cubed. Okay. Now, if we're taking the volume of the cylinder, how much of my cylinder do I really have though?
You just have a
I have no.
You
How
have
much? I have a half of the cylinder, right? So instead of pi r squared h, I'm going to have no 1/2 pi r squared h.
but we know the height.
Okay. We do know the. What's the height of the cylinder?
No, it's not the height this time, it's the diameter.
Well, this one you gotta be careful.
Radius
The
is
radius is 4.
Radius is not 4. It's
The radius.
Oh, hold on
Radius
here.
is 3.
radius is
Yeah,
6.
this is actually an incorrectly drawn figure. This is an impossible geometry figure. Because theoretically, if this radius right here is 4, correct? Because the whole thing's 15 from here to here. And if that's 11, then this would make that 4, which would make this whole height here be what? 8. But what's the actual height? 6. So I think what we'll do here is we will just say that, I'm glad that you guys caught that. We'll call this 6 for the diameter. Okay? What is the height of the cylinder?
12 inches.
Hey, Sam. Alright, so the height of the cylinder is 12 inches. So,
Where do you want your money
where am I done, please? So that's 1/2 pi. What is our radius? 3 squared times 12. So 1/2 of pi times 9 times 12. It's 54 pi, which is so what's the total volume then? 54 what? 54 pi?
Would be 826 pi inches cubed.
Right, now let's get a decimal approximation of that. Okay, so we're going to go 792 plus 54 pi.
961.
So that's the total approximation, 961.65. Find that bad, guys. Okay. Do you think that life could probably get a little more difficult with this?
Yes.
Okay. It definitely could. Guys, you gotta really learn to look at this in pieces and put the pieces together. Because sometimes it's a really hard thing to do. You really gotta look at it in pieces. Especially when you look at number 4. And think of this as being a small bead. Okay, does anybody ever make necklaces out of beads or bracelets out of beads?
Sure.
Okay, so think of this as like a small bead. Oh, good eye on them. We have 2 cylinders. But if you're finding the volume of the actual bead, what don't you take into consideration?
A hole in the middle.
Inside, so what do you have to do?
You just have to find both and then subtract.
You're going to find both and then subtract. So you're going to find the volume of the whole thing and then take out the inside volume. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you still find the volume of the inside.
Perfect. So let's find the volume of the outside. Volume of a cylinder is? Formula, come on, let's hear it.
Pi r squared.
Half pi r squared h.
Pi r squared h. We don't have a half a cylinder this time, we have a full cylinder. Okay, so this is the outside though, so I want to put that r sub o. And guys, again, this is where it's really useful, and I think this is one of the things we just don't teach well enough in Algebra 1, is the labeling of variables and getting variables that make sense to the problem. Why would I not want to put r? Why would I want r sub o? Because you got two radii, right? I've got an inside radius and an outside radius. I want to make sure I'm talking about the outside radius. That's why I say r sub o. So you can use subscripts to know which radius you're talking about. So what is the radius of our outer cylinder? Okay, now, Alex, I heard you say 5. Where'd that come from? All right, so the whole thing is 10. So that means that half of that would have to be 5. Okay, good. What's the height of our cylinder? So we have pi times 25 times 12 is how much? 300 pi. And, you know, some of you guys probably could have done that without a calculator. Think about 25. You can multiply by 25. Think quarters. If you had 12 quarters, how much would you have? $3. So therefore, 25 times 12, 300. So that's an easy way to remember to multiply by 25. All right, now let's deal with the inside. Volume of the inside, again, pi r squared h, except for this time the radius of the inside.
Pi.
So radius would be
3 squared.
So 3 squared times 12,
12. So pi 9 times 12.
which is
108.
108. All right, so what is then my total volume?
408
No, what are you doing?
192.
You gotta subtract. The total volume is the outside minus the. You guys see this important step right here?
190.
How many of you guys, when you're doing this stuff, you just run right into it? I didn't say with me. Right? How many of you guys would not have written that down? Raise your hand. I want you to be honest. You're gonna need to get in the habit of writing that stuff down. Okay, that's really important. So the V total is the volume of the outside minus the volume of the inside. And even though you might think, okay, I know I got that, it just really helps in keeping everything straight. So the volume of the outside is 300 pi. Volume of the inside is 108 pi. 192 pi, which is approximately 192 pies. It's a lot of pies. 603.19. 19. What are my units?
Centimeters cubed.
Centimeters cubed. That's it.